Welcome to the Trustyhire Podcast, where we talk all about how to hire highly qualified virtual assistants for your business while also keeping costs low. So in this video, we're talking all about how to hire a content writer for your business. So this video is definitely very near and dear to my heart because the very first VA that I hired from the Philippines was a content writer, and she has helped me so much with my previous business. And going through the process of hiring her for my business made me realize how important and how impactful it was for my business and also many other small businesses out there. So I know a lot about this topic and I'm really excited to share this video with you all. So the very first step you want to do to hire an SEO content writer is to define what your requirements are. So think about what kind of content topics you want this person to cover. Also determine what kind of tone you want this person to write in. Maybe you want them to write in a more formal tone, conversational tone, or a more professional tone. Really depends on what the topic of your blog posts are about. Also think about what the length of the blog post should be, like word count wise. Also think about if you want them to have any previous SEO experience. Another thing you want to think about is how many blog posts you want them to write per week, so you can set the expectations very clear from the start. You can set a goal, whether that be a daily goal, like how many blog posts you want them to write per day or per week. Also, don't forget to establish a budget, so making sure you have like a monthly budget in mind for this role. Also think about if you want to pay someone salaried, hourly, or per post, or by word count. So if you're not sure if you want to hire someone hourly, per project, or salaried, I have a video that goes over the thought process and how to decide that. So I'll link that down below. After you have decided what the exact requirements are, now you want to create a job description. So you want to start with a descriptive title like blog content writer or SEO blog specialist. So in the first paragraph of your job description, you want to give a quick introduction into your company, where your goals are, and also how this role will contribute to the success of your company. Then in the next portion, you want to describe what the responsibilities are. This can go in bullet points. And below that, you want to write out what are the exact qualifications you want for this role, whether that is the years of experience, educational experience, past relevant work experience, things like that. And at the end, make sure to provide details on how they should apply. And I recommend allowing them to send in a resume and also a portfolio of their past written work. After you have written a job description, now it's time to find these writers. So if you're looking for freelancers or blog writers in the US, you can use job platforms like Indeed, LinkedIn, or also Fiverr, Upwork. Or if you want a more niche job board, you can also look on somewhere called ProBlogger. And if you want a more budget-friendly option, because I know hiring from the US can be quite expensive, you can also look into hiring from overseas, from countries like Philippines, Latin America, or Indonesia. And if you want to avoid the hassle of looking through applications and screening through lots and lots of unqualified applicants, you can also hire out this entire process to a recruitment agency to help you find a candidate for you. Next up is moving on to evaluating the candidates. You want to first review their writing samples and gauge whether or not their writing style is aligned with your writing style. Also, you want to see if they've written about similar topics as what your company or your blog is about. Also, you want to look for if they've used any SEO practices within their posts. So you can look out for if they've used the keyword within the post or if they have the right headings like H1, H2, H3. And also one important thing is if you're looking for someone that will stay with your company for a long time, you want to look for people that have experience with working not only as a freelancer, but also within a in-house at a company for an extended period of time. Next, we're moving on to the interview process. You want to start with a screening call to kind of get to know more about the candidate and also see why they're excited for this role. So before this interview, make sure to prepare a list of questions to ask them. Make sure to keep these questions open-ended. So if you're not too sure what kind of interview questions to ask this person, I have a blog post linked below on the most common questions to ask them. So take a look if you're interested. So for this role, it's very common to see employers do a take-home assignment where you give them clear instructions on the blog title, what the blog should be about, the word count, the tone, if they should implement any SEO practices inside. You also might want to share an example piece of content so that they can kind of take inspiration from it. And also know what kind of expectations you have for this take-home assignment. So once you've narrowed down the candidates, you can now extend an offer. But some employers for this kind of role, they might want to do a trial period. So if you do decide to do a trial period, make sure to give them very specific instructions and clear directions on kind of what your expectations are, how long this trial period is for, and what do you expect them to achieve in order to kind of convert to a full-time role. This can be a good way to see if they're a good fit before kind of committing long-term. But if you do decide to hire them full-time right away as a contractor, that wouldn't be much of a difference anyways, because you can still easily let them go without any kind of consequences if you're hiring them as a contractor. So assuming that you have done a trial offer and they are a good fit, now it's time to extend an offer letter. In the offer letter, you want to talk about the start dates, the responsibilities of the role, expectations, and also compensation. Make sure to also have a very detailed onboarding process so that they're up to speed. So on day one, you can kind of give them an overview of the company. Also give them any video trainings of kind of how you write your blog post, what you expect on the blog post, and just the overall SOP for writing a blog post. Basically, first day is mostly the training, and then by the first week, you can give them expectations on how many blog posts they should finish by the end of the week. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.